you know, for future worlds. World 5 can also be okay, but you're relying on one of the Hammer Bros giving you a hammer at the start, so...
Well,
yeah, I think World 6 is probably the ideal one.
probably, but they're not getting that. They're getting World 2, and they're getting treated to 7-9 with a boss bass.
Oh, why? Why would you do this as the first level? I mean, it's not the worst. Wow, okay, it's
not
quite
great.
The worst one out here. We're getting some issues with too many sprites on the screen, not being able to pick up the ice blocks.
Yeah.
Here.
So,
having a boss bass in here, even if you knew how to do the clips, you wouldn't really be able to go with that.
Right.
So
Zodiac's trying to get that fire flower, and now he got it. He got the duck jump, but
wait, I guess he went too far off the screen, huh?
Yeah, he did. So
weird.
There it is. There's his fire flower.
That's okay. It only took a couple of goes.
So it appears RetroReviver was not in the room when we scheduled to start, and so we are going to proceed without him.
That is an interesting second stage here, though, and fantastic. This is where that vanilla skill comes into play. HaxOr getting an amazing P-speed strats through this room.
Yeah, and he gets a fire flower. So if they find the other hands, there'll be more fire flowers coming to them. So 2 late levels, but very different in terms of
Yeah, I can go with that. The fire flower is really good for coin ships. So if the Hammer Bros randomize to that, it's definitely helpful to have them there. You just blitz them with 2 fireballs either side, get them before any boomerangs come out. So a pretty good 4-4-2 here as well. Not too many crazy enemies coming up around the place. Sometimes that waffle despawns, I guess, if there's too many other things on the screen at the end, but doesn't really matter this time. Oh, 2-1, another prime boss bass target. I was just about to say it, and he appears on the screen at the time. Oh man, what can you do against that? Oh, almost catching Zodiac out there as well. Yeah, we can see a lot of these P-speed strats that HaxOr is using here. They are definitely things that you would see in the vanilla game as well, and he's just managing to sneak past some of the enemy sets here. 7-1.
Yep. So another chance for HaxOr to show off his prime skills with 7-1 with his clip.
Not too bad.
It was like 5th or 6th try, I think.
Yeah.
And
so
HaxOr.
Okay.
HaxOr getting
Zodiac's having some issues with this as well. Oh, and there's the hammer. A little bit too late for this world, but there's a lot of places in Tony Group 1 that you can use that hammer to skip 3 or sometimes more levels if you're lucky.
Yeah. So Zodiac's still going for it. 1-3 for HaxOr. Let's see, he is going to go for the item. Free items, so might as well.
So what's the cutoff point for you here? When do you stop trying this clip?
Well, BGS just got it with the tails, so there you go. I think I've heard at about the 2:30 mark on the clock. Then it stops becoming worth it.
Okay.
So
we see 6-1 over here. Another prime boss bass target, but this time it's the sun instead. So not quite so bad. It doesn't really do anything in this one. It just takes away the first enemy.
Yeah.
Much. So you're alright seeing him. Maybe not so much with the lag that's going on there. I think that disrupted HaxOr's movement a decent bit there. So definitely don't want to duck in the hammer bow fight that HaxOr was doing there, because then you'll start swimming, and that's not conducive to actually hitting the enemies there. Definitely a painful one. seen
So
it as a Sledge Bro fight for YoBGS. I guess the Hammer Bros are like so what I've noticed, they seem to be like fixed as to what type of Hammer Bro shows up, but the arena is random every time you go in.
yeah,
So for Haxor, it was the World 4 one with the Giant Bro, or the Sledge Bro even. But for YoBGS, there it was a completely different arena. But so it's always interesting to see how that works out.
So 4-hit Morton, and Haxor is the first one out at 521. BGS is about a level behind. Zodiac is a level and a Hammer Bro behind. So good. So the Haxor putting his skills to use from Warpless very nicely. He took only like 6 jumps for 7-1 clip, and so
yeah, it's pretty reasonable at the moment, seeing that. And there's our World 4. Okay, so World 2 into World 4 at the start. Yeah, not too bad. Noticing the end card getting picked up, he knew what the point total was, so it's like, I'm going straight back for the end card. I don't care what the pipe is here. Definitely good to get that started here.
Right, and he does have a hammer, so he's going to be able to skip half a World 4, which is nice. And he might, and if he gets lucky, he might get 3 Hammer Bros. He'll get 2 for sure, but he might have to wait on the other. So 626-1 grab for YoBGS. Zodiac's not far behind, and Classic Gamer in chat asking what are end cards.
Magical devices of time wasting, which are suicide to skip in Group 1.
Yes.
There's a good answer for it. So it's always interesting seeing like where people use the hammers to skip stuff here, because like this World 4 is sort of the borderline one, I guess. If you find the other pipe first, you may end up just not wanting to use the hammer, just because you are skipping 3 levels, but you might end up in Fort 1 like straight afterwards for it, which you might not want to be worried about like using the hammer for anyway. You might want to have that for a later world, but at the same time, you might just get like 8 hammers in the seed, and
when opportunity knocks, take it. You know, that's really what it comes down to. And if it's there, you absolutely use it, because you know, anytime you can skip some worlds is a good thing. I mean, the only way I could ever really see it backfire on you is if you got a ton of item levels that you skip in the process. But even then, so you got like 2 hand levels, and Haxor.
There we go.
Haxor had a little trouble with the double fire bros, but pulls through and gets a P-wing for his trouble.
So see, Zodiac is going for all of the items in the second part of 6-1 here. As we did see the 1-5 beta level there too. It's a fantastic little level once you get used to it here. Really interesting that it's basically complete, but they still didn't quite manage to get it in anyway.
Yeah, so Haxor is in 4-3. I don't know which route he took, top or bottom, but vanilla in world, though not in position.
Oh, jeez. I like this stage, but I can't quite do it that well. That is really good, going over the top of everything there.
Yeah, again, those and BGS taking a death to double fire bros. Not what you want to see, but at least it's not a forced draw.
Yeah, how do you deal with those when they're in the water and you're small? It just seems impossible. I don't know.
It can be done, but it's really hard. I mean, we've never really been able to find like a consistent strat for it, I don't think. Haxor did go to 4-5. BGS actually just picked up a hammer off the coins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that could give him a slight edge later. Haxor is in the Navy. No, I'm not singing.
No, we are not Wolfman. So, yeah, it seems Zodiac managed to get it as well. There's the double fireball thing as well. Super good. Fantastic hammer pickup there. As you say, it could save a decent bit of time later on. I don't know if Haxor actually got that, because that is the one bro that you mentioned can run away from you, so... So it looks like, yeah, 4-3 for YoBGS as well, going down the bottom route. I always find it interesting, like, I usually go the top route just in case I want the item house afterwards, although I don't usually get it anymore, so...
Yeah.
But that's just, like, my disposition with it. It's like in World 6 as well, it would go for the one that gives the item house option, just in case you want it. But...
In World 6, I actually follow the Hammer Bro. If he's closer to 6-2, I'll go to 6-2. If he's closer to 6-3, I'll go with 6-3, because I don't want him like making a turn when he moves up and down.
That's sensible, especially given that he can't cross levels that you've cleared. So, good stuff with that. Nice little star for Zodiac at the end of the... What is that, 5-7 or something?
It was 5-5. It was 5-5.
Okay.
And we got a thick Iggy in World 3 airship. BGS is a Navy. So is Zodiac. So it's a 5-hit thick Iggy.
Iggy can be scary because he has a tendency to jump at the very start of the fight. So if you're not reacting to it, it can be very painful.
So 1055 wand grab for Haxor. BGS just finished off Boom Boom. And to answer chat's question, yes, Zodiac is basically been given an automatic win because RetroReviver did not show up. That said, it is incumbent upon him to finish because how we're going to determine the rankings in bracket play, if he makes it, is going to be based on average time. So taking so basically not doing this would be bad for his average.
Right, and if he didn't play it out, it would be a forfeit on his end as well. So...
Correct. It'd be a double loss.
Yeah, so you don't want that.
All the more reason to play. And, you know, he's doing fine. He's right in... He's actually just ever so slightly ahead of BGS. Haxor's in World 7. First pipe took him nowhere. So he's going to have to play on in 7-1, which is 2-3.
One of the worst levels to come across early, but there doesn't seem to be too much that's devastating in this one, so... Yeah,
Haxor actually helping himself to a Koopa shell and, you know, allowing him to avoid some unneeded complications. BGS grabbed the wand, I think, just a few seconds behind zodiacdredd, so we got 3 runners making good time so far.
Oh, that is a fantastic World 7, though.
Wow, yeah, that's a God World 7, and we are in a lost level.
This one's interesting because it has that retreating latitude. Like, he doesn't go all the way across the screen, and I can't think of many instances where that happens.
Sometimes he actually does. He has for me a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, because he flies all the way across on occasion if he's moving to the right already, but he doesn't stick around on the screen, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So, yeah, I can't think of any other instances off the top of my head that actually happens. And that's...
7-9 is 2-4. Another level you don't necessarily like to see early just because the Hammer Bros are unpredictable.
Yeah.
But Haxor having no trouble whatsoever, and...
Until you said something.
Until I said something, but nonetheless, he meant to do that damage boost.
Oh yeah, totally intentional. So interesting to see Zodiac is not going for any of the power-ups in this stage. If you've got a mushroom coming in, you can get power-ups from the first, like, 3 little pyramid things there. But I guess he's comfortable with what he's got. If you don't see Boss Basel or Cheap Cheap or something around, it's fine.
Yeah. So, Zodiac...
Oh, I was going to say, in Blink, you miss it land. We're in 3-4-1 for the end of this, but...
Yeah, door 6-4 for a Haxor, no problem. Probably going to go play... I think he was looking to see if he had a... Okay, he's going for the end card. I thought maybe he was going to look to see if he had a music box, but though I wouldn't recommend using it at this stage.
Yeah, it seems too early to use the music box here.
It's like, if you're going to play the end card, okay, but at least make sure that, you know, you're getting full value here. See, so he's finished the card. Let's see if he's going to stop to... Okay,
there's some good stuff in there.
Hammer and a Cloud confirmed from the cards. So this is a very giving card today.
Right, and this, I mean, given the relative length of Group 1 seeds as well, this is why I said when we were describing them before that it's kind of suicide to not do the end card in this setup, just because if you get those, you're skipping so many stages.
Right.
Don't think I didn't see that clip there, by the way. I've been trying to get that a little bit myself just for the fun of it. And yeah, it's amusing, Haxor getting the clip at the end of the Piranha level there.
So he's in the World 2 airship. Can be okay, it's a normal Ludwig. And it's a 2-hit Ludwig, too. So Haxor is done at 15-16.
I like the patience that he's showing on the Koopalings here as well. He's not just rushing straight in and getting hit by like an errant sky jump or something. He's checking out what they do first to make sure, okay, oh, ouch. So yeah, taking the dry bones to the face. Yeah, he's checking to see whether they jump high first, whether they're going to attack you straight away, whether they earthquake when they walk off the edge or something. He's been very intelligent with the setup here. That's definitely something I like to see.
So, a little Yankee Doodle Dandy quote from the king about his mother, father, and sister thanking him. So, World 6, he's got a hammer. He's gonna use it to skip a couple of levels here and gets his hammer back.
Nice. So World 6 is a crunch one when it comes to using hammers, I think. You don't skip as many levels in World 6 as you do in other ones, so sometimes it's tough to justify. It's a nice little power-up that I actually learned from watching one of your races. I didn't know that you get a power-up out of that block in door 5 in the fort there. So it's pretty neat.
It's worth going for if you're small, just because if you can get a star out of it, it can really make things go a few seconds faster. 1644 wand grab for BGS. Haxor had no trouble in 6F2.
Yep, I noticed a couple of good dot jumps to go to skip the Thwomp cycles there as well. Is really good. It's another thing I've been trying to do recently. It definitely helps out a bit.
Haxor in 6-4, which is 4-4, so swimming, and gets the latitude jump. Nicely done.
I have no idea how to set that guy up for the jump there. It never seems to go over that direction when I start this, so that's something I might have to look into.
And Bowser, I just noticed giving a Mario RPG quote about how to speak to the Koopa Troop. So BGS is actually not going to use his hammer, and is going to play 6-1, which is 5-4.
Ooh, getting some really good P-Speed strats there, actually. That's another thing I have not seen yet that looks scary, but if you can pull them off, it's gonna save a little bit of time in such a long level. Speaking of long levels, the old Paratrooper in the face in A2.
Yeah.
That Cheep is causing so many issues here.
Yeah. Oh, and he lost the handle on the music box. BGS found Atlantis.
The longest stage in the game, I think, right?
Yeah.
Battle 7-6. It's one of the two.
Yeah. And Haxor decided, no, I don't like that level. I'm going to do something else. He finds 4-2 with a Cheep. So... And BGS also decided he didn't like Atlantis, so he is now in 3-6, an auto-scroller turned off. So everybody found a nice alternative.
Ah yes, 4-2, the one level that can have the legendary double boss bass.
Or boss bass and Angry Sun. So Haxor used another hammer to skip 6-7. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, that one's a little bit tougher to justify because you're only skipping the one stage. Great pickup on the leaf here as well, though. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and gets a fire flower. So, if he keeps getting hammers, it's gonna be fine. But we'll see if this is validated. Haxor's in 3-2 now. Fantastic
flying strats from YoBGS in 6-4-2 there.
Yeah, and
flying all the way under the first half and then getting the Thwomp skip in the second half. Amazing stuff.
Great raccoon strats from Haxor in 3-2, using the float and the tail. Tremendous effect. Zodiac's trying to hold on to Fire Mario so he can go for a fire kill on Boom Boom.
This is one of the toughest Boom Boom like fire kills, I think, just because he starts on that raised platform.
Yeah, once you get him hit once, then you're fine. Then it's pretty simple.
Yeah, the goal is just to hit him and then spam fire before he wakes up again like that. Uh-oh. Okay, he's got it down. Alright.
So
he's also the only Boom Boom that jumps straight up, right? Because he's on ice and he's affected by the ice physics as well. So he's the only one that just jumps straight up. So
correct. Yeah, BGS finished his end card. HaxOr actually went for another one. He wants more clouds and hammers. I think he knows. He knows which ones it is. So now he's just burning through stuff like crazy. He skips 610 and the fort and gets a vanilla World 6 fort.
Yeah, and I mean, I can understand the play. If you know exactly where the stuff is, then it's definitely a good idea to go for.
Yeah, jab him. It is the same card. He knows what's giving out what, and he's taking full advantage of this. And it's really being justified so far. And
right. It was like a 1 in 8 chance or something, right? For the end card to be the same?
Correct.
So
the cards are shuffled, but in each seed there are 8 different possibilities. So 6-5 is 8-2. Zodiac is going to not do the Sand of Shame. BGS is, and
you have to be careful when there's a cheap or even the boss pass, I think, in there. You've got to be careful with it. You have to jump on occasions so that you don't get hit by them on the way down.
If you time it right, you usually don't have to worry about it, but it is a bit of a calculated risk. World 5 is World 5, so...
Alright.
And leading off is 7-8, aka Piranha Alley. Yikes.
Oh, this stage can be really nasty if you get this sort of setup. How many fire piranhas were in that spot there? That's horrible.
You can tell us all about that from your race yesterday.
Oh yes, I can, can't I?
Yes, you can. And you got just put through the ringer. You and your opponent. It's like, ooh, that's not fun.
So it turns out the hammer suit this time is just a mushroom, so no benefit from that. This is a rare enemy set in this one too. It's lots of fun stuff coming out of this.
7-4 for BGS.
So this may have been the level that 6-7 then that the HaxOr skipped, huh?
Could be, yeah.
Because we didn't see that on his end, unless I just completely missed it, but it's such a long stage that you normally wouldn't.
Well,
I didn't know there was a roof of Electrodes up there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Fred created that just to, prevent, I think to prevent soft locking more than anything. Another hand level for the HaxOr, the first one this time. He will happily help himself to that.
Yep.
And... oh, he's going to put them to sleep. That's an interesting strat. Does he even have a hammer left?
I believe so, yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw 2 at the end of the World 6 stuff here, so...
Okay. Still got Worlds 3 and 1 after this. 1 is ideal for a hammer.
Yeah, 1 you absolutely want one for.
BGS actually lured the hot foot away and allowed him to get enough P-speed to get that item. So nice strat by him. HaxOr's in the tower.
Took a bit of a damage boost there because the random rotation of the waffle went the wrong way. If you know that it's happening, or if you know that that's a thing that can come up, you can just hold duck there and it actually still works, but obviously that is the sort of thing that we were talking about that can absolutely mess up your vanilla non-rando skills. Right.
So he's got he's got a hammer, he used it, and he is in 7F1, aka Fort Knox. Nice recovery by BGS.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was looking a bit dicey at the end there, but he got it, so good stuff. Zodiac did not manage to keep the P-speed going or just didn't have the mushroom coming in. Is having to do 1 fort naturally, but that's okay. Because it's not a huge loss this time. You always get that feeling in the back of your mind, oh, I'm going to be skipping a hammer doing this, and it's going to suck. But
yeah, BGS is playing 610, which HaxOr skipped, and it's Quicksand with the Boss Bass. Because, fish, of course, are always populating in the middle of the desert.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they live in the oasis, right?
Yeah, something like that. So BGS, nice, nice evasion there. Gets done. Zodiac's in 3-2. Haxor just finished Fort Knox. Ooh,
how did that not work?
Cheap hitbox. Cheap.
Okay. Think he's fine now. There we go.
BGS is in 4F1.
This one can be awkward because there's just a lot of places where the enemies can just really not cooperate very well. Taking the sensible damage boost there. We do have the star run on Haxor's side. Let's see if he gets the 2-star here, as you would expect.
I was watching him practice earlier this morning, and he did get the 2-cycle. Looks like he was going for it. Yep. Oh.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I don't have the highest success rate with that myself at the moment. It's just great seeing it effortlessly done there.
Yeah. So he's got about a 1-world lead right now on BGS, but he's burned through a lot more of those items than BGS. So we'll see if how this plays out. Haxor is in 2-2 right now.
Right, and it's not even like anybody's been playing bad here. Haxor, saying, apart from just item use to that, Haxor's P-speed strats from the vanilla game have been absolutely incredible so far.
Yeah. 2607 for BGS.
Seeing that Zodiac did take the secret passageway through 441 there. I've always wondered that. There's no way that's actually faster, is it? Or is it just so that you don't have to worry about the random enemies at the top you go for that? Or, well, I don't know.
Which one was that?
The secret passage in 441, like you go down the pipe and
going down below is actually slower, but you know, if you're looking for like a fire Mario or something, you know, it may be a little safer, but so Roy underway in World 1 airship, another dodgy hitbox.
Oh no. Why are there so many fire plots at the start of that stage? That is horrible. This is where you definitely just cloud and you go, nope. Yeah. And I would even double cloud, I think, so that I could just safely not waste them but myself. Like, nuts to whatever this level is. I wouldn't want to...
6-8 with an Angry Sun, not ideal, but it's pretty easy.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the nicer setups for it. I mean, you can have the cheap in here, or obviously Boss Bass, but I don't think Boss Bass does very much in this stage, so... Actually,
even those guys aren't really the big problems. It's like when you get Fire Snakes and Fire Chomps, that's when things get ugly.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, 6-9. Going for the jump? Nope.
So, since he has no hammer...
he gets his second try, though.
Very nice. Those strats, I tells you, man, this is... Haxor is putting on a clinic in his debut. He's really demonstrating his wealth of Mario 3 knowledge today. And
you can see the recklessness of the hammer use is kind of brought back, though this is a pretty quick stage, so he's not getting too punished by it, but the fact that he used those hammers in World 6 to only skip singular stages is coming back a little bit here, because he burned 3 hammers to skip a total of 4 stages. One hammer in this one could have skipped 3.
So he got 6-9 in the second hand level and 2F1 and 2/4, so it's in terms of the levels that he's actually being forced to play as a result of his actions, isn't too bad, and there's a cloud for BGS.
Nice.
So
yeah, it could be a lot worse, but 2/4 is still kind of long, because you've got several transitions to go through, but we don't know... Well, it could. I mean, he's got 4/1, I think, was the other one that the others had to do. So, yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen the other. I guess it's not the end of the world, but you can see just having to do the levels in the first place.
Where it's going to start to matter is Worlds 3 and 8, especially if World 3 and 8 require you to get through locks to make it go faster.
Right.
If that's the case, then BGS has got a chance, but right now Haxor is in total control. And so...
Man, even just comparing some of the stuff I'm seeing here to what I do myself that. Like, it's just the familiarity is obvious, but like just seeing how bold some of those jumps are in that ice level, it's like I can't do half of those. Like I have to jump on the item block before getting up to the last bit for the big jump at the end, and just seeing it just straight done. It's like no fear. You are very, very familiar with this for sure.
Yeah, TheHaxor got a lost level, a pretty the World 5 beta, no problem, and he is gonna take care of this double fire bro, so and gets another cloud, so he is wealthy with the items today.
Absolutely.
BGS in Fort Knox, TheHaxor in the World 4 airship. I know he's working on this too. Yesterday he wants his P-speed strats, and let's see how he does. Okay, stopped to get a fire Mario, but nice jump over.
Okay, that is something I need to look into then, because this one is awkward, and I would definitely appreciate having this B-speed jump near the end of that. That is something I need to look at, because that is cool.
Right. Thick Larry, not in World 4 airship, but only a 3-hitter, so a 30-52 wand grab for him.
It's an average of just over 5 minutes per world at the moment in 21. That's incredible.
And effectively about a world and a half ahead of everybody else, although, again, BGS has got hammers. He's going to be able to skip 6.
I'm kind of surprised that BGS didn't take a hit near the start of this one, because this is one level. This and the quicksand level he did before, like two of the levels where the tail is the absolute worst. Like, I am not normally against having it, but this, with the whole like P-speed mechanic stuff for it, is incredibly slow in comparison to just regular running.
So, TheHaxor in World 3, let's see, is this God Pipe? Yes, it is!
Oh my goodness, wow.
Best case scenario for the TheHaxor, he doesn't even have to worry about hammers in World 3, so now he is on his way, and actually, you know, so if anything, so BGS better start burning through stuff like now. We got a
I was going to say, sub 40 seems like guaranteed at this point. I don't want to speak too quickly, but... there's still... World 8 be World 8, especially with his relative lack of items, that could become a problem, but... Okay, real talk, how many hands do we have to see in order for that to actually be a problem?
Oh, all 3 of them.
All of them multiple times, I think, at this point.
So, TheHaxor is in World 8 already. BGS is just about to finish World 5, so see what's happening here. This is something.
Absolutely incredible.
So 32-43 for BGS. So.
And again, I feel like I need to reiterate this here. Nobody is playing this badly at all. No. This would win any average race. What Zodiac and YoBGS are putting out here.
Right. The TheHaxor has to play the tanks level, which is 4-5, a pretty simple level, and another popular boss bass level. I should mention.
Yeah, I always forget that power up is even there. The second one in this stage.
Yeah.
I always just end up jumping over this regardless, because the flow is quite nice. But there is a power-up that's worth going for there.
And BGS using his clouds to very good effect, and is gonna done with this world in about 90 seconds. And fortunately, that cloud is gonna be useless unless he needs it in World 8. So first pipe check. What do we got? Okay. So gets 8 fort, which will give him 3 pipe checks, and he's an Air Force.
This is like the second best scenario, I think. If you're not going to get a God Pipe, this is the second best one, I think, to get. The best one would be one of the ones down the bottom, because you then got an extra pipe for free. But here, you get 1 fort, and you have 3 pipes that you can check. So chances are quite high that you're able to get to the end from that. So this is what I like to see coming into World 8 in Group 1.
Yeah. Unless 2 of them feed directly into one another, which is possible, or, all 4 pipes feed into each other, which is possible. This is looking pretty good for the TheHaxor, because, again, it's free checks, and you only have to play 1 level to get them, so... good reminder from the king and YoBGS screen. There was no crying in Mario. Oh,
he's
wow!
got it.
He go mode for the Haxor, and
it's not even a slow level at the end of this too. 542 is an amazing final level to have.
Wow, get a like. This is not only a sub 40. This is gonna be the fastest time we've had so far in group play, and it's by quite a bit.
Yep. I mean, we were talking about this afterwards. Before the fastest one before that, I think, was actually mine yesterday at like 39 something. So,
right.
Yeah, that's kind of puts things into perspective a bit.
And he's got a hammer suit, so he is ready to roll.
Not going for the clip there. No, okay. Pretty sure it's not faster going for the one at the top. It just looks cool.
35-29 for BGS, and BGS has got a shot at like a 40 or 41. And given the way World 8 is going to shake out, and actually even faster because he's got hammers, so he might have a sub 40.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I didn't actually see which pipe did Haxor check after.
It was the one behind the lock.
Right, so you could just use the hammer at the start and just instantly get it in one stage cleared, huh?
So Haxor had no problems with Bowser with Hammer Mario. So get out the GGs for the Haxor, who has obliterated this seed with an official SRL time of 36:14.
Unbelievable. I mean, this seed kind of shows a lot about how Tony Groot 1 really does revolve a bit with the end cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely do want to clear one in this setup, because if they have hammers and such, just the amount of levels that you can skip.
Watch this, BGS just... So... BGS,
wow.
BGS is probably understanding, oh, so that's why. It's like... But man, 2 sub 40s, you know, it's like finishing with sub 40 in TF1 is horrific. And, you know, it's like sometimes like, okay, fair enough, you know, whatever. So, and he should have a way
of getting the power up in there, though. That was like, I've always mentioned a lot in 542. It's like you don't want to stop moving, even if you're just running through it without P speed. That still makes it so that you don't get caught by anything. But he got away with getting the power up here. So somebody's not getting away with stuff at the moment, though. Oh, Zodiac almost getting caught by the earthquakes really badly there.
37-34 for Zodiac. BGS underway in Bowser's Castle.
Gets away with running underneath. Is that random, or is there a specific movement to that?
They can. Those lasers can hit you. So, you know, usually you're okay, but most of us ended up taking the top route.
Yeah, like, because I noticed during a couple of races yesterday that I think it might have been Paratrooper that I was seeing the replay of, where he got hit twice by the lasers going underneath it, but I've also seen, as you see just now, with BGS just managing to run under it and work at that. It's just, yeah. It's one of those.
BGS has found Bowser, gets the hammers, and drops him. So he is gonna finish a very respectable second. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, he did not play badly in the slightest. There's no shame in taking an L in this seed. Like 38-40 or something like that. They're unbelievable.
SRL's clocked it at 38-42, so you know, we like I said, we were kind of curious going in. Okay, we know how great Haxor is at regular Mario 3 Rando. How's it going to translate to Rando? And the answer, based on this seed, is pretty well.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was pretty good. Can't really complain with that.
He played terrifically and really got everything going for him in this seed. The levels, you know, the pipes, everything was was going his way.
And yes, for the record, YoBGS did beat my time as well, so... First sub 40 coming in yesterday, and then we've had the same race giving 2 sub 40s out. That is how good this race ended up being. Holy smokes.
And Zodiac, just starting World 8, he's probably looking at a sub 45. I think he's still got a couple of hammers left over.
Right, keep in mind, this was Group 1. We don't, Group 2 is almost always faster, so we are probably in for a very good second seed here as well. If the level of play that this is shown has been anything, it's going straight for it. It's going to be very happy with this. He's got 2 clouds left over. I think he did have one from the World 1 stuff. He did one extra stage that just before the hammer bow, so he didn't have to. But you're not going to know that at the time. It's one of those that you don't expect a God World 3.
No.
And so I don't blame him in the slightest for saving that one. And then the other one came from the hammer bow in World 1. So there was no place that you could even use that.
Mm-hmm. Zodiac finishes off Boom Boom, and he is on his way. He's going to end up with like a 43, and 43 would be good enough to win, I think, 90% of the races that we've had in Tourney Flags 1. But man, oh man, it's like Zodiac's like, man, what did I walk into here?
Right, like, again, even just thinking personal experience, I've had one race that a 43 would have crushed by like 5 minutes in this so far. And they very easily can go over 50 minutes, no problem. Like, a 50-minute time is still good for Tony Route 1. So that just shows how absolutely insane this season's been.
And regardless, Zodiac is going to win his match over RetroReviver. So he's playing for house money and for his average time. Because if he makes it to the bracket stages, which is probable at this point, so he's moving to 3-0. Having really good average times is going to help improve your seeding.
Right, and honestly, 43 is a pretty good time for the average, but it's going to be even better than that. So, fantastic stuff here. Yeah, 42:21 official SRL time. And that's last place in the race. That is nuts.
Right. So the Haxor has made his statement in his opening match and moves to 1-0. BGS will be playing his final group play match in a few minutes. As he will take on as we go on to Tourney Flags 2 in a few moments. So we're going to take a few minutes break here and going to get ready for Group Flags 2 very shortly, and hopefully it'll be just as crazy and fast as this one was.
Yeah, stay tuned. You do not want to miss the next one.
Oh,